Whew. Oh man. Oh, excuse me. I am exhausted. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna go home, get a shower, and I got some work to do. So I wanted to chat because I won't be available later. But I've been having, oh my gosh, like every time I go to the gym, that spray that they use to clean everything, it really gets to me. And I start like scratching my nose. I make sure I wash my hands right. 'Cause I don't know what's up with that spray. What the heck is in it? But it gets to me every time. So I gotta wash up. I always make sure I wash my hands. But anyway, just wanted to chat because I gotta go home. I gotta get a shower. I'm sweating. I don't sweat a lot. Like I don't actually sweat. Like it don't look like it, but I see it and I feel it, and it's just whatever. So if I say I'm sweaty, I am. Okay, I'm sweaty. I worked out. And for those who are in my community for 21 Days of Glory, they know because I just recorded myself live. 5 minute plank challenge. What? Whew, my whole body was trembling. Anyway, listen. I just wanted to chat because I want to talk about when the day is over. When the day is over, when the season is over, when a chapter of the book is over, like back to the same old. Oh, okay, now it's okay. Reconnecting. Oh, it's trying to connect to Wi-Fi. Let me get it off. I'm at a red light. Mix up with these businesses around here for the Wi-Fi. But I want to talk about when the chapter is over, when the book is over, when the story is over, when that season is over. How many times do we keep going back to the same old thing over and over and over again? If you know the story, like let's say for example, I'm thinking of Cinderella. Y'all can tell I got daughters, right? Cinderella, we love Cinderella. Okay, we all know the story with Cinderella, right? We know that nothing changes. We know that Cinderella, had some horrible stepsisters, and the only friends that she had were mice. The only friends that she had were rodents. The only friends that she had were literally rodents, creatures that were around her that people neglected. This is so prophetic too, guys. Like, take it as it is right now, because take it as it is. I'm not like trying to but think about it like in a prophetic sense, because Cinderella was neglected, abused. The people who were supposed to be there for her were not there for her. Behind closed doors, Cinderella was mistreated. Behind closed doors, Cinderella was abused. She wasn't fed. She was kept away in an attic or basement or dungeon or whatever. She was kept away. She was mistreated. And if you think about like the new version too, she went out and nobody assumed that Cinderella was mistreated. Nobody assumed that she was abused and neglected of food, neglected of, just the regular day-to-day stuff, because she was kind. She was still a servant. She was still giving. She was still full of joy. She was full of courage. I mean, Cinderella was, amazing, woman of character. But behind closed doors, she was literally abused. She was neglected, surrounded by rodents and those rodents were also neglected, and the only ones who actually received her. Where am I getting at this? We all know that story. And nothing changes with that story until one day. We know that, and it repeats itself. This in the story of Cinderella, it repeats itself because Cinderella had an opportunity one day. This could be spiritual. I could talk to you about business. This word is gonna hit somebody, and however it's gonna hit you, because this is a life lesson. But Cinderella had an opportunity one day to step out and do something. And Cinderella had hope. She was a woman of, like I said, she was kind. She had courage. And one day, Cinderella had enough. One day, Cinderella, you know, I'm thinking of the newer version because I remember that more clear than the old, you know, classic. But the live new action version of Cinderella, I just love that version. Oh my gosh. But one day, Cinderella had enough, man. She was just done. They tore her clothes that her mom gave her. A beautiful pink dress that she tried to wear to go to the ball because she had an opportunity to just have a good time and meet the prince. She wasn't even trying to marry the prince and be the bride. She was just like, if I can just go, if I can just experience what this looks like, what if I can just experience this glory, if I can just go out there and experience what everybody else is experiencing, I just want to be a part of it. Let me just be a part of it. Let me just get a taste of it. Or in other words, let me just touch the hem of his garment. Like that's the Cinderella story that I have received watching this over and over again. That Cinderella had a day where she was just like, you know what? I just want to go. And she put on that dress of her own that her mother gave her. Something that she held to her heart. Her mother passed away. She didn't get to grow up with her. She didn't get to experience her. She still honored her stepmother, a woman who wasn't even worthy of honor. Like, she wasn't a woman of honor herself, but Cinderella was a woman of character, so she honored her stepmother anyway. She put on that dress. And what happened? Her stepmother and her stepsisters tore that dress off. And Cinderella broke. She had a moment where she broke. And I believe a lot of us have a breaking moment where we cry to God for a change. Where we cry to God, you know what? Or maybe even, because I've been there to the point where I even yelled at God. Yeah, this is real raw, live in action Miriam right now. I remember crying to God and telling him, I've prayed and I've sought you for how long? I have been faithful. I mean, I'm telling you, I cried to God and I yelled at him. I have been faithful. I have been seeking you. I've been honest. I've been, walking in integrity. I've been doing the right thing before you. Where are you? Like, why haven't you showed up yet? Where's my miracle? Like, I cried. I cried to God. I yelled to God at the same time. I'm like, God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for disrespecting you. But here I am. I'm broken, God. Do you see my pain? Like, I cried to God, man. Do you not see this, God? Do you not see the injustice? Do you not see this that I'm going through, God? This is not fair. Where's my promise, Lord? Anybody, can anybody resonate with what I'm saying here? Where you're like, I'm here. I'm faithful every single day. Day in and day out. I'm crying. I'm seeking you. I'm praying. I'm reading my word. I'm doing the right thing. I've turned away from this world. I'm doing the right. Where is it for me? And I believe that Cinderella had that moment when she broke down and her dress got torn. But guys, the old dress got torn. Cinderella couldn't see that. Man, I'm speaking good. Somebody better catch this today. That old dress got torn. Cinderella put on an old gown that her mother wore. That wasn't meant for Cinderella to wear. That wasn't meant for Cinderella to go to the ball with. She was meant to put on something new. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Cinderella was meant to put on something new. A fairy godmother showed up and put on a beautiful dress. More than just a dress, she provided, everything she needed to get to the ball. and she covered her with that fairy dust. She covered her with that fairy dust so the enemy couldn't even notice her. This is so good. The Lord covers us with the blood of Jesus. Hallelujah. So the enemy can't touch us. And we may think for a moment that, you know, because of the circumstance and because it looks bad, that we're defeated, but we're not. Woo! My God, I'm speaking to myself right now. I'm having church right now to myself. If you ain't joining in on this fire, then that's fine. But my God, the Cinderella's fairy godmother poured that fairy dust all over her and covered her so the enemy couldn't touch her that night because she was going to that ball. She went to that ball. And let me tell you something. She had a good time. And she got to not just meet the prince, but she danced with the prince. And the prince was captivated by her. The prince was captivated by only her. And, oh my gosh. When she went, she lost track of time because she was in the presence of the prince. And she had to leave, but we know how the story ends. So when it's time for us to change the page, change the story, step into something new, we think that by putting on the old dress, like Cinderella did, we think that by putting on the old dress that even your mother gave you was gonna be it to get to that next level. We think sometimes that it's gonna be that, but you gotta step out. And sometimes you gotta be broken. Just like Cinderella's dress had to be broken to receive a new one. You gotta get to the point where you're broken to receive that blessing. And you gotta make the decision to want to put on the new dress. You gotta make the decision to receive. When you have an opportunity in front of you that's different, you can't be afraid of it, because the Lord will cover you. This is so good. This is such a good word. I'm going to chat with you guys later. I got to shower. I got to do some things, get to work here. So you guys have a blessed day. But listen, I just want to encourage somebody today. Don't be afraid to step into the next chapter. Yeah, you can't. Cinderella couldn't put on that pink dress, and neither can you. You got to allow God to give you something new, and you can't be afraid to step into that. Cinderella could have been like, oh my gosh, wait a minute. Hold up, a pumpkin into a carriage? You gonna make my horse? Are you gonna make my mice horsemen or horses to carry me? Like this doesn't even make sense. Sometimes it just doesn't.